So now it's time to rebuild the diff. As you can see, it's very dirty from my last race, so it's time to clean it. We could run 15-20 runs with the diff, easy. After it's still okay, but when you see all the dust, it's just time to make it fresh. And, I put a 1.5 wrench in the hole and open the diff. I always have an old box when I put all the stuff in, so you cannot lose your diff ball or any other parts. So I just put it in. I always push the ball out with the diff screw, because these ceramic balls are not that cheap. You don't want to lose one. So actually the pulley looks dirty, but it's still fine, so you can use the pulley. Always check if the teeth are not hurt. If you have some stone in whatever, then it can be done pretty soon, but now still looks okay. Always check the outdrive. Very nice, so no need to use new one. Normally I always put new diff plates in. It's just better. So these go garbage. Also the thrust bearing you can use many times, so this time just clean it. Take some motor cleaner, brake cleaner. First gonna clean the pulley. No need to make it new all the time. You see really the dirt is everywhere, so now it's time to make the diff ring, because this is the most important part of the diff. We're gonna sand the diff ring to make it more flat, and if the diff ring is more flat, the diff works better. So this tool is much more tool. It's a nice tool to use for doing the diffs, but of course you can always use it with your hand. But I prefer the much more tool. This sandpaper is 1000 grit, as you can see. This is pretty much what we all use. I don't think you can see it on the video, but there are certain spots who already are flat, and some spots they are not touched. So it means that the plate is not completely flat.
And you only do one side, or you do both sides?
Both sides.
Both sides.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is one. Before building the diff, I take some brake cleaner again and take off all the grease of the outdrives. Make it just as clean as possible. I have Tamiya hard grease. this very sticky grease, which we all use between the outdrive and the diff plate. You can see it's very little what we use, and this keeps the diff plate on the right spot, and it's also it's like yeah, sort of glue. So now I'm gonna degrease the diff plate, put it on the outdrive, and just push it a little bit. The small ring, very important. Sometimes some people forget it. Very important. So first I put on the small outdrive, the short one, I put the bearing and the small ring. Diff grease number 2. This is the Schumacher silicone diff loop. So now I put the Schumacher diff loop on the plate. Not too thin, not too thick. It looks maybe a little bit much, but we have made some tests, and actually with a lot of Schumacher grease the diff works best. Then I will do the other outdrive. You will also see I put it a little bit more on the outside of the ring and not on the inside.
Oh,
because the ball touches more the outside of the ring, so it's just the part where the ball will touch the ring. It's more on the outside, so it's really no point to put the grease all the way on the inside. So now I have the pulley. I'll put the pulley on top. Now I also put the second bearing on top. So now here are all the ceramic balls still in the box, and I put them one by one. These balls are probably 1 year old, and they're still like new, because the ring, the diff ring, will wear out more fast than the ceramic ball, because the ceramic ball is more hard. So all the ball are inside. So now again with the Schumacher grease, I grease the ball a little bit. I put the second part on top. Now it's time for the truss bearing. Take the motor cleaner and clean it. So last part is the truss bearing. I use black grease. Put it inside. Now on the long side, put the screw in. So now I hold it again with the 1.5. Put the spring in. Just tight it till you think, hey, this is not tight enough, but just tight enough to hold it, so you can feel the diff works. How much slip? Well, in my hand still slips, so it's very light still. Now I try the tension. It's still going, so make it more tight. Still feels very smooth. Make it more tight. and till the moment you cannot slip it through your hand anymore, and it still feels good, then I will just put it back in my car, and from there I will try it again with the wheels on, because with the wheels you have more force, so you can still slip it. So this is the rebuilt differential.